Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. D-Wade out there with Anthony. Then there's West. Then it's James. And it's Bosh in at the center position. Paul George is out there with Turner. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Duncan, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point. Now, here's George. And Turner throws it down.
Effort points by Turner, working hard inside, getting rewarded with some points.
Wade passes to LeBron. Puts it up from 12. It's hauled in by Duncan. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Now, here's LeBron. Wade outside. Back to James. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls up on the wing, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Duncan.
And at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Out to Duncan, fires from deep. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to West. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Pass to Bosh. Back to Wade. The rebound by Turner. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Here's Duncan. The shot's good on the assist by George. Duncan's got 7 points in the game.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. They're up by 9. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
So with James on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. We've got Nick Collison. Heinrich is out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Boris Diaw, and it's Pachulia in at the 5. Now here's Korver. Passes it to Heinrich. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range. Heinrich's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, Heinrich is a pretty consistent shooter beyond the arc. His team knows he's good for a few of those per game.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that.
Jones checked in for Pachulia.
And how about the timing from Duncan on the glass, getting there to collect that offensive rebound and the putback.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
Give them a hand, fans. Your youth dance squad.
.55 seconds left in the first half. Korver passes to Diaw. Heinrich outside. Three-pointer. Good, and it's Diaw with the assist that time. Heinrich's got 6.
It sure got rid of it quickly there. I mean, Heinrich barely had possession before letting it fly.
A shot by McGrady, no good. Cleveland trails by 10. Here's Corver. Kicks it out to Jones. Stolen by Duncan. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Now here's Heinrich. He has 6. Duncan with the block. Here's Turner. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
It's his first trip to the line. All free throws good from Turner.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Wade with it. Anthony right side. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And so we wrap up the first half.
The second quarter with the score. Your home team, 22. The Cleveland team, 10.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. An exceptional performance from Tim Duncan.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
So with Malone sitting on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. They've got Tracy McGrady. Turner is out there with Duncan. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's George in at the small forward position. The throw good, Paul George.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Now here's Wade. He has yet to score. And they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time. Gilgeous-Alexander against Wade. On the wing, Turner. Now the feed to Duncan. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
LeBron outside. The pass to Bosch. Wade outside. Up pass to Bosch. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's McGrady. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. McGrady's got 5 points so far.
Oh, terrific defense from Turner, forcing the turnover and getting the ball up the court.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Wade. Bosch can't get it to go. Here's George. And it's good, 2 points. And it's 6 points for George.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Timeout call, Cleveland.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Pachulia, he's checked in for Bosch. Diao comes in for West. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Barbosa in for Dwayne Wade. Now here is Barbosa. Duncan with the block.
And setting the tone with that rejection. Duncan, the defensive anchor of this team.
There's the triple, and it's McGrady that time on the assist by George. 8 points for him.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
The Cleveland team, 10.
Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Bosh is out there at West. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then it's Anthony. And it's LeBron in at the three.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
No good from Bosh.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
Well, he's such a competitor at that end of the floor. Never takes a possession off.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Perkins is checked in for Bosh. Allison comes in for David West. James Jones, he's checked in for LeBron. And it's Heinrich in for Dwayne Wade. Turner against Perkins. Short. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner.
Working hard for those 2 points. PG can score it from just about anywhere on the floor.
Here's Anthony. Feeds it to Perkins. Back to Anthony. He kicks to Heinrich. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth. The second chance effort. Kicks it out to Jones. Bangs home the trifecta.
Yeah, well, passing it inside out is always a good idea. You can usually get your teammate a clean look.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And George with the stuff.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Heinrich against Gilgeous-Alexander. Heinrich kicks to Anthony. Floats one up. Duncan with the block. And they're able to recover. And it goes out of bounds. That one off
The ball
target.
goes to Cleveland. Into the lineup for the Cavaliers, Zaza Pachulia.
Puts it up off the inbound.
Leandro Barbosa.
And so the home crowd treated to a win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commit.
The Cleveland team, 13. Thanks again, folks, for coming out and supporting your basketball team. Drive up